So hello everybody, this is my Dell Precision T5500 computer, and I recently upgraded it by putting in a SSD drive in this computer. So I put a Samsung Evo 500 gigabyte SSD in this computer, and as you can see, it is indeed a Dell Precision T5500 with 36 gigabytes of RAM, and it has two physical processors. They're two Xeon X5675s. And it has three storage devices. The first is a Samsung Evo 860, which has my operating system on it, and these are two terabyte Western Digital Blue hard drives, which I have in this computer. The display adapter is a Geforce GTX 1060 with 6 gigabytes of RAM. That's a PNY Geforce GTX 1060 with 6 gigabyte. The long video card, not the short one. As you can see, the processor has 12 physical cores with 6 physical cores for each processor with hyper-threading. So that'll be 6 plus 6, so 12 physical cores times 2 with hyper-threading, so 24 cores altogether. And it has I'm running Windows 10 Professional on this computer, and yeah, as you can see, I have 3 storage devices. And let's see how long this computer takes to boot up from a restart. Gonna see how long that takes. I made a lot of benchmarking videos about this computer. I'll leave them in the video descriptions and in the end cards as well. As you can see, this is a Dell Precision T5500, as you saw on the logo. We're going to see how long this takes to boot up. About 18 to 20 seconds to boot up, which is pretty good in my view. So now the computer is up and running. This SSD definitely does improve the performance of the computer when I start it up and stuff, which is a good thing. This computer only has SATA 3 connectors, so the maximum bandwidth for the SSD will not be maxed out, so it can't be like 530 megabytes per second, because SATA 3 isn't capable of that. So it's capable of 3 gigabits per second, so that's roughly about 375 megabytes per second. But I really don't get those numbers. So let me do a benchmark with Samsung Musician. As you can see on the benchmark, I got more like 281 megabytes per second for read and 264 megabytes per second for write. And I got pretty much the same numbers with Crystal Mark as well. So it's pretty consistent. So the SSD is only used to store my operating system, and the additional hard drives are used for storing my data for this computer. So it doesn't fully get it, so I can't get 375 megabytes per second as it should be with SATA 3. But even with SATA 6, let's see how much that is. So with SATA 6, with a SATA 6 port on using a Samsung Evo 860, I'm not able to get 750 megabytes per second. I'm only able to get maybe 530 to 550 megabytes per second. So let's see what the percentage is. So that's about 30% less. And let's see how much that is here. So about 25% less. That's about right. Pretty much, yeah. So I'm pretty happy with adding an SSD to this computer. I pretty much have SSDs in almost all of my computers now. And it's really good to have if you have Windows 10, because Windows 10 does a lot of updates and stuff, and sometimes it could be a little bit sluggish if you're just using a regular hard drive. So it definitely does help. I also added a I'll show you here. It's a 5.25 to 3.5 inch IC dock. I did a video on it. I'll leave it in the video description. 2.5 inch. Better yet, let me go to my account. I think that's better. I'll show you what it is exactly. About this thing right here.
How does he expect us to see anything? He needs to upgrade before the big game.
A big Samsung QLED TV.
I will be showing you how to install this
Yeah, this thing right here. I added this into my computer.
Hard drive bay.
So this enables you to put.
You're able to put two 2.5-inch hard drives, or two 2.5-inch SSDs, and one 3.5-inch hard drive in there, like this. So one of these and two of these, two 2.5-inch hard drives or SSDs, whatever you want. I'm just going to take this out of, this is how this, so the computer, just wiggle this out.
Yeah, this thing right here. So you could, as you can see in the bottom, that's where the 3.5-inch hard drive is, and you could put two 2.5-inch hard drives or two 2.5-inch SSDs right here, there, and there. So I pretty much expanded my storage capacity by just using that one drive bay, the 5.25 drive bay, to accept 3 storage devices. And I have one storage device that's on the panel, and one of them I had to take out because I put in that long graphics card. So that's what happened. So I might put in another 3.5-inch to 2.5-inch bracket on the front side.
We have offense or defense?
Okay.
It's the item that's below that.
So right there, I took it out. So you had to take one of the hard drive panels out in order to install a large graphics card here, which takes up that entire slot. So if you didn't remove this bracket, then you couldn't install the large graphics card. So I put that IC dock two 2.5-inch and one 3.5-inch, the 5.25-inch adapter right there. But you could put another adapter right here. It's a 3.5-inch to you could put a 3.5-inch to 2.5-inch adapter and put a 2.5-inch drive right there, and you could add more hard drives. That's what I plan to do with it. And you could put more hard drives on the slots too. With something like this, it's a PCI bracket. You could put two 2.5-inch hard drives on that bracket, but you would have to get a card in order to use it.
Amazon would be very expensive. They needed to.
Let me get to that. Show you what that is exactly. It's a PCIe SATA controller card. Something like this. So what this enables you to do is you could put it into a PCI slot on your computer, and you could expand, you could add 4 more SATA devices. And I think the speed of this is SATA 6, so it's faster than what's on the Dell Precision T5500, which is only SATA 3, which is on the motherboard or the chipset. So you could get faster storage devices. However, you can't boot from this. You cannot boot from that. But when you're using the computer, if you want like data to be accessed very quickly, then you could connect your SSD to it, and a secondary SSD, and you can access it data very quickly within less than a second, a few seconds, you know, which is pretty good to have. I think that's it. Thanks for watching my Ace 1000 KS 1975. Signing out.